it's easy to say that in order to build engagement, you need to get out there, you need to ask questions and listen, to hopefully build on assets and try and fulfill needs. But there is a lot more than that. It's knowing that the time of life for that person to join a committee is right, whether they've got kids at home or family commitments or they work 60 miles out of town, whatever it is, there are certainly reasons that someone can or can't be engaged, building the engagement level. And I think we all have, to a degree, kind of waning roller coaster interests. You might think that this is a really awesome idea and be on board for 6 months, a year, a week, I don't know, maybe it's just a day. You could have a really short attention span. But hopefully, you'll come back around and the numbers will come back up. With the Healthy Partnership group here in Pine River, we've been at it for over 2 years. And so I've certainly seen, personally, the numbers go up and down, and for me that means that I'm filling roles that I, otherwise hope that someone else is going to, and I'm still hopeful because, like I said, I do think that interest level does, crest and wane, and we've had successes, and I think that part of the building engagement is to be able to showcase what you can do when there are a lot of, active people working towards something.
Tom Friedman, a columnist for the New York Times, has talked extensively about something that he calls Carlson's Law. And Carlson's Law is this. Innovation that happens from the top down is efficient but stupid. And innovation that happens from the bottom up is chaotic but smart. Okay? One of the problems that we have in this country, and it's based off of our success following World War II, we essentially, kind of universally across the country, have started to move towards systems, or moved very quickly towards systems that were top-down, very efficient. If you think of like the interstate highway system as being a great example of this, we developed a plan for the interstate highway system, we developed a funding mechanism, we developed standards, and we went out and built this thing. And you can drive around this whole country and you see communities from the East Coast to the West Coast that look the exact same. It's because we all have the same ordinances, we all have the same highway standards, we all have the same financing mechanisms, we have the same everything. The problem is, now that we're finding out that it's not working, we have too big of a system to change it. There's too many vested players, there's too many special interests. The whole debate we're having at the national level right now is about this sclerotic system that can't shift and change. If we moved to a system that was more bottom up, where your participation at the local level actually mattered, because you could actually do something in your community instead of having it being dictated to by someplace else, some huge standard, the threat of being sued now because of the fire tower in Pequot. I mean, these things are bizarre, but they're part of this big system that's been put down on us. If we actually started at the local level and adopted a system that was from the bottom up, it would be chaotic. And there would be really stupid things done. And some cities would do things that were idiotic. And we would all look at them and say, what a bunch of buffoons. But you know what? Over time, we would evolve a very smart system of living and governing. And you know what? It would be different from place to place, community to community. But if we did that, it would actually matter what your involvement was. It would actually pay for you to show up for a meeting because you could do something about it. Right now, today, so many of our decisions, from how we tax to how we develop to how we, what we can subsidize, what we can't, how our highways are built, none of that is made in our local communities. It's all made somewhere else by someone else. And if you want to increase community involvement, make it matter.